The huge space station floated above the swirling nebula clouds. Its name was Harmony Spire, the main meeting place of the Galactic Concordance. Inside the biggest hall, called the War Room, important aliens sat around a round table made of black crystal. Light from faraway stars came through the clear dome roof and made long shadows on the floor. The Kael'thar were the tallest. Their bodies had 6 arms and hard blue skin. Their admiral, named Zorak Vel, sat at the head of the table. His many eyes blinked slowly. Next to him sat the Vireme. They looked like thin silver snakes with arms and large black eyes. Their leader was called Siralan. Then came the Thrissians, short and wide, covered in thick gray armor plates. Their marshal, Gorvtan, tapped his metal claws on the table. Other smaller species filled the rest of the seats, quiet observers who rarely spoke. All of them had fought many wars across the stars. Their ships were bigger than mountains. Their weapons could break planets. They had ruled for thousands of years. Now they faced something new and terrible: the Swarm. Endless black machines that ate worlds and turned stars dark. No one knew where the Swarm came from. No one knew how to stop them forever. The aliens needed help. They did not like asking, but they had no choice. So they invited one human. The door at the far end opened with a soft hiss. A single woman walked in. She wore a simple dark uniform with no bright metals. Her hair was black, mixed with silver lines. She stood straight, but not tall. Her name was Captain Elara Voss, 47 years old, from Earth. She stopped a few steps from the table. No one offered her a chair. Zorak Vel spoke first. His voice came out deep and rough, like stones rolling in a metal box. "Human, you asked to join this council. Speak quickly. We have little time." Elara looked at each face around the table. She saw the same look on all of them. Doubt mixed with pity. "I bring information," she said. Her voice was calm and clear, and a way to fight the Swarm better. Siralan made a sharp laughing sound, like glass breaking. "Information? From your people? Your species is young. You only left your planet a few centuries ago. We were crossing galaxies while your ancestors still hunted with sticks." Gorvtan leaned forward. His armor creaked. "We called you here because your ships somehow still stand in Sector Gamma. 6 years. No help from us. That is interesting. But interesting is not enough. What can one small world add to this war?" Elara did not answer right away. She pulled a small flat device from her pocket. It looked old, gray metal with worn corners. No shining lights, no big screens, just a simple data slate. "I would like to sit," she said. No one moved. She placed the slate on the edge of the table anyway. Then she stood tall and looked straight at Zorak Vel. "You think our past is short," she said. "You think we are new. You think we know nothing." The Kael'thar admiral lifted 2 of his arms in a tired way. "We know your history. We read the reports. Caves, fire, cities, then ships, then mistakes. You fight among yourselves more than anyone else. How can that help us now?" Elara nodded slowly, as if she had heard those words many times before. "Then let me show you something," she said. She touched the slate. A small blue light appeared above it. Not a big hologram like the Concordance used, just a simple, glowing page of text. She started to read. Not human words, their words. She read the name of a Kael'thar ship called Dawn of Triumph. It disappeared near a small yellow star 4,000 years ago. No wreck, no message, just gone. The Admiral's eyes narrowed. She read another line. A Viren science ship, named Light of Knowing. It went to study a frozen moon near Sol. The last signal said, they move too fast. They learn. Then silence. Siralan stopped smiling. Elara kept reading. A Thrissian attack group. 3 heavy cruisers. They entered a belt of ice and rock, far from any trade lane. They came out with 1 ship left. The report said unexpected local defense. The survivors never spoke again about what happened. Gorvtan slammed his claw on the table. The sound echoed loud. "Those files are old," he growled, "and sealed. How do you have them?" Ilara looked up from the slate. "Because we kept copies," she answered. "When your ships came close to our home, we met them. Sometimes we talked. Sometimes we fought. Always we learned. We took what data we could. We sent most of your people back alive. Do not come again without asking." Quiet fell over the war room. One small Virine analyst at the back whispered to another, "She is reading from our own logs, word for word." Zorak Vel stared at the human woman. For the first time, his many eyes showed something new. Not anger, not pity, something close to worry. "You kept records of our failures?" he asked slowly. "Not failures," Ilara said. "Warnings. We did not want war. We wanted peace. But we also wanted to remember. Every ship, every visit, every time someone thought Earth was empty or weak." She touched the slate again. More lines appeared. The blue light grew a little brighter. "There are thousands of entries," she said. "Not from us bragging, from you reporting, from your black boxes, from your frightened crews. We collected them all, quietly, for a long time." The aliens looked at each other. No one laughed now. Gorvtan spoke next. "Why show us this now? Why not before?" Ilara closed her eyes for a second. When she opened them again, they looked very tired. "Because the swarm is different," she said. "It does not talk. It does not stop. It eats everything. We have fought things like this before. Not machines, but other kinds of dark. We survived. Barely. We know what it costs. And we know you cannot win alone." Cirilan tilted her head. "You think you can teach us?" Ilara gave a small smile. Not happy, just honest. "I think you should stop thinking we are children," she said. "We are not new. We have been here longer than you realize. Watching, waiting, remembering." She pushed the slate a little closer to the center of the table. "And if you let me, I will show you the rest." The war room stayed silent. The stars outside moved slowly behind the dome. No one spoke for a long minute. Then Zorak Vel made a slow gesture with one hand. "Sit," he said. Ilara walked to an empty chair. She sat down without hurry. The others watched her, not with respect yet, but with something else. Curiosity, and maybe, just maybe, the beginning of doubt about everything they thought they knew. The blue light from Ilara's small data slate stayed steady on the black crystal table. No one had touched it yet. The aliens around the room kept their eyes on the glowing words. Some lines they recognized. Others made their skin crawl or their armor plates shift uncomfortably. Ilara did not rush. She let the silence grow. Then she spoke again, voice still calm. "You laugh at our short history," she said, "but look closer at your own long one. See the holes, the missing pieces, the things you never explained." She slid one finger across the slate. The text moved. New lines appeared. Simple black letters on pale blue. First came the Kael'thar records. "Year 2387 by your calendar," Ilara read. "Golden Fleet, 37 heavy cruisers. Mission, claim new mining zone near Proxima Centauri." Command report filed later said, "Navigation error caused total loss. No enemy contact listed. No battle damage reported. All ships vanished. Only one escape pod returned. The pilot was found screaming." He spoke of shadows that moved between the stars. Shadows with human voices. Zorak Vel's 6 arms went still. His breathing vents closed tight for a moment. That report was burned, he said quietly. The pilot was retired, quietly. Elara nodded. We know. We found the pod first. We pulled him out of vacuum before your rescue teams arrived. We listened. Then we sent him back to you, with his memories wiped of our faces. But we kept the audio, and the scans of his ship. They show laser burns from weapons your fleet never carried. She did not smile. She just kept reading. Next came the Varine. Year 2641. Xenobiology team aboard Light of Knowing. Destination, Titan, Moon of Sol. Objective, sample local life forms. Last transmission, they adapt faster than we can classify. They are already learning our language. Team never returned. Wreckage found later. Empty. Only one data crystal left behind. It held 3 words in Varine's script. We said hello. Cyrillan's long silver body curled tighter. Her black eyes grew wider. We classified that as equipment failure, she whispered. A solar flare. Memory corruption. Elara looked straight at her. It was not a flare, she said. Your team landed near one of our old research outposts. They took samples without asking. Our people watched. They decided to introduce themselves. Your scientists left in a hurry. We kept their notes and their fear. A soft sound came from the back of the room. One young Varine analyst had dropped a small tablet. It clattered on the floor. No one moved to pick it up. Then the Thrissian files. Year 2912, Elara continued. Pacification Force. 3 heavy cruisers plus support vessels. Target, Kuiper Belt objects for resource survey. Entry clean. Exit, not. 1 cruiser returned. Half its crew missing. The captain's log said local primitives showed unexpected resistance. They used improvised weapons. They boarded us in vacuum suits made from scrap. They fought like they enjoyed it. The surviving ship limped home. Your high command removed the log from records, called it combat stress delusion. Gorftan's claws dug into the table. Small cracks appeared in the crystal. We lost contact for 3 weeks, he said. His voice sounded rougher now. When the ship returned, the crew refused to speak of it. We thought disease or mutiny. Elara shook her head slowly. No disease, no mutiny. Your ships entered our backyard. We met them. We boarded. We asked questions. They answered with guns, so we answered back. We let 1 ship go, as a courtesy. We kept everything else, including the video your own internal cameras recorded. You can still see our faces if you look at the right archive. The war room felt smaller now. The dome above seemed lower. The stars outside looked colder. A small gray-furred observer from the lesser species spoke up. His voice shook. How many more? He asked. Elara touched the slate again. The blue light brightened. Lines kept scrolling. Faster now. Names, dates, ship classes, last words. 17,412 entries, she said. Just from the last 400 years. Not every one is a fight. Some are quiet visits, trade offers we refused, scouts we turned away, explorers we guided home when they got lost. But every time someone came too close without permission, we noticed, we recorded, we remembered. Zorak Vel leaned forward. His voice came out softer than before. You hid this for thousands of years. Why? Elara met his many eyes. Because we did not want war, she said. We wanted to be left alone. We knew you were bigger, older, stronger in ships and numbers, so we stayed quiet. We defended our line. Just enough, never more. We let you keep your pride. We kept our safety. Cyrillan's tail twitched. And now? She asked. Why tell us now? Elara looked around the table. She saw fear in some eyes, curiosity in others, anger in a few. Because the swarm does not care about pride, she said. It does not care about age or power. It eats, it spreads, it ends things. We have seen darkness like this before. Not machines, but living horrors, endless hunger. We fought it on our world, in our system. We lost billions. We almost lost everything. But we survived. We learned, and we got very good at surviving. Gorvtan grunted. You think your tricks will work on the swarm? Ilara's eyes grew hard. I think tricks are all any of us have, she answered. But our tricks come from 10,000 years of being told we are too small, too young, too weak, and every time we proved them wrong. Quietly, patiently, with whatever we had. She paused. The scrolling text reached the bottom of the visible screen. New lines kept appearing at the top. The Chronicle grew right in front of them. One entry caught Gorvtan's eye. He pointed. That one, he said. Year 3056. Thrissian scout drone swarm. Sent to observe Sol. Report filed. Anomaly detected. All drones neutralized by unknown means. Final image shows a single human figure standing on an asteroid, waving. He looked at Ilara. Was that you? She gave the smallest smile. No, she said. That was my grandmother. She liked to garden on Ceres. She did not like being watched. A short, surprised laugh escaped from the young Vereen analyst. It died quickly. Ilara stood up slowly. She did not raise her voice. I can keep reading, she said. There is more, much more. Or I can stop, and we can talk about the swarm instead, about how to fight something that never stops. Something that learns from every mistake. Something very much like us, but without mercy. She looked at Zorak Vel. Your choice, Admiral. The Kael'thar leader stared at the glowing slate for a long time. Then he made a slow gesture with two arms. Keep reading, he said. Ilara sat again. The blue light grew brighter. The Chronicle continued, and the war room listened. The blue light from the data slate now filled more of the black crystal table. The words kept moving upward like slow water rising. No one spoke. Every eye stayed on the screen. Even the quiet observers from small species leaned closer. Ilara touched the slate once more. This time the light changed. It spread out. Thin lines connected names and dates. It became a map, not of stars, but of time. A web of events, human records of everything the galaxy had tried to forget. She spoke again. Her voice stayed even and clear. This is not just a list, she said. This is our private history of you, not the official stories you tell each other. The real ones, the ones written in fear, in surprise, in silence. She pointed to the first thick line on the web. See here, year 2150 by your count. A Kael'thar explorer ship, Star Hunter. It came to our edge of space, looking for new trade routes. Your logs say it found nothing useful and left. We talked for 3 days. Your captain wanted rare minerals. We said no. He left angry. 2 weeks later, his ship sent one short message to your command. They know more than they show. Then nothing. We kept the full talk record. He offered weapons for our help. We refused. We did not want your wars. Zorak Vel's vents opened wider. He breathed hard. We never reported that offer, he said. It was unofficial. Ilara nodded. We know. We recorded it anyway. She moved to the next line. Viren contact, year 2498. A survey team landed on Mars. They thought the planet was dead. They dug. They found old human machines buried deep. They took samples. Our patrol found them. We asked them to leave. They refused. So we showed them our tunnels, miles of underground cities we built long before you knew Mars had air once. They left fast. Their report said geological anomaly. We kept their scans. They show our warning signs, carved in your language. Do not dig here. Cirilan's tail curled tight around her chair leg. We thought those signs were natural rock patterns, she said softly. They were not, Alara answered. The web grew brighter. More lines appeared. Thicker now. More connections. Thrissian attempt, year 2789. You sent a mining fleet to the asteroid belt. You wanted iron and nickel. You found our automated defenses instead. Small drones, simple lasers. They did not kill. They disabled engines. Your ships floated helpless for days. Then we sent a message on open channel. This space is claimed. Leave or stay forever. You left. Your official log says, solar storm interference. We kept the video of your captains begging for tow. Gorvton made a low growling sound in his throat. We paid heavy fines for that mission, he said. We blamed bad planning. You should have blamed curiosity without respect, Alara said. The Chronicle unfolded like an old book, with endless pages. Year 3021. A mixed fleet from 3 species tried a joint science mission near Jupiter. They wanted to study the big storm. They brought weapons, just in case. Our stations watched. When they pointed sensors too close to our hidden bases on Europa, we sent one ship. Old design. Slow. Ugly. It matched their speed exactly. It broadcast in all your languages. Turn around. This is the last warning. They turned. Their logs called it unknown vessel of primitive design. We kept their frightened voices. They sounded very young. The young Vereen analyst at the back spoke up again. His voice cracked a little. How do you have all this? Our secure channels, our black archives, how? Alara looked at him. Because we never stopped listening, she said. We built relays in deep space, small, silent, hidden in dust clouds and dead comets. They caught your signals, decoded them, stored them. We learned your codes, your languages, your secrets, not to attack, to understand, to prepare. She touched the slate. The web zoomed out. Now it showed centuries, thousands of small dots. Each dot a contact, each line a story. Some were peaceful, she continued. A lost Kael'thar trader in 2894. We guided him home. We fed his crew. We asked nothing. He reported kind primitives. You erased that part. A Vereen poet ship in 3102. They came to watch our auroras. We let them stay a month. They wrote songs about Earth. You banned the songs later, said they were unrealistic. We kept copies. A Thrissian child on a school trip ship in 3157. Engine failed near Pluto. We towed them to safety. The child drew a picture of our rescue team. You classified the drawing. We kept it too. The room felt heavy. No one argued. Zorak Vel spoke slowly. You collected all this and did nothing with it. Alara met his eyes. We did plenty, she said. We learned. We grew stronger. We made sure no one can surprise us again. But we never used it to hurt you. Never blackmailed, never attacked first. We just waited and remembered. Cirilan lifted her head. And the swarm? She asked. How does this help against the swarm? Ilara's face grew serious. The swarm is not new to us, she said. Not exactly. We met something like it long ago. Not machines. Living plague. Came from outside our arm. 8 moons. Turned forests to ash. We fought it for 200 years. We lost whole continents. We lost stars. But we learned its patterns. Its weaknesses. How it spreads. How it thinks. We stopped it. Barely. That war is why we watch so closely now. Why we never forget. Gorvtan leaned forward. You fought a swarm before? Not the same, Alara said, but close enough. Endless, hungry, adaptive. We beat it with traps, with patience, with things you call primitive. Fire, acid, cold, stubbornness. We know how these things die, and we know they always come back if you leave even one alive. The Chronicle kept growing. New dots appeared as hidden relays sent fresh data. Real-time updates from human ships, still holding the line against the swarm. Ilara stood up. She did not raise her voice. "This is not a threat," she said. "This is proof. We have been your quiet neighbor for 10,000 years. We never asked to join your games, but now the game is over. The swarm plays for keeps, and we have played that game before." She looked around the table. "You can keep doubting us, or you can look at this chronicle and see the truth. We are not new. We are old. We are tired. And we are very, very good at ending threats that refuse to learn." The blue light pulsed once. The web filled every wall of the war room now. Words in 100 scripts. Dates from before most of their species left their homeworlds. Names of ships long scrapped. Voices long dead. No one moved. Then Zorak Vel stood. All 6 arms hung loose at his sides. "Show us more," he said. Ilara sat again. The chronicle continued. And the stars outside the dome watched in silence. The war room had grown very quiet. The blue light from Ilara's data slate now covered most of the walls. Words scrolled slowly across the dome above them, like falling snow made of letters. Names of old ships, dates from long ago, last words from crews who never came home. The air felt thick, hard to breathe. Ilara sat still. She watched the faces around the table. No one looked the same as when she first walked in. The tall Kael'thar Admiral Zorak Vel kept his many eyes half closed. The silver Virene Siralan stayed curled tight. The armored Thrissian Gorvtan gripped the table so hard small pieces of crystal fell to the floor. She spoke again, soft, clear. "You asked why we hid this," she said. "We hid it because truth like this hurts. It makes empires feel small. We did not want to start wars. We wanted peace. So we kept silent. We defended our home. We watched yours grow. We let you believe you were alone at the top." The scrolling stopped. One large entry filled the center of every screen. "Year 3321, she read. "Your concordance sent the biggest fleet ever built. Called the Unity Armada. 400 ships. Goal, explore the Orion Arm fully, claim anything useful. Your map showed our space as empty, blank, safe." Zorak Vel shifted. His voice came out rough. "We sent scouts first," he said. "They reported nothing. No signals, no cities, just rocks and dust." Ilara nodded once. "Your scouts were wrong," she said. "They saw what we let them see. Our stations are small, hidden in shadows of gas giants, painted black, silent. We watched them pass. Then we watched the Armada come." She pointed to a side screen. A simple image appeared. Grainy, old, a long line of bright ships moving through dark space. At the edge, tiny dots waited. Human ships, not fancy, not big, just enough. "We met your armada at the edge of our system," Ilara continued. "Not with guns first. With words. Open channel. In your own languages. We said, 'This space belongs to us. Turn back.' Your commander laughed, said primitives had no claim, said your weapons would teach us respect." Gorvtan grunted. "I remember that mission," he said. "I was young, just a junior officer. The logs said we met minor resistance, small losses. Then we withdrew for resupply." Ilara's eyes met his. "Minor resistance," she repeated. "Your logs forgot to mention that we boarded 30 of your ships in one night. Vacuum suits, magnetic grapples, cutting torches made from scrap. We took your bridge crews hostage. We copied your databases. We left notes on your command chairs. Next time we will not be so kind." Then we let the ships go, drifting, engines shut down, life support barely on. You limped home. You told no one the full story. You said solar flares damaged your fleet. You never came back that way again. Sierra Lan lifted her head slowly. You could have destroyed them, she said. Why not? Because destruction makes enemies, Alara answered. And we already had enough enemies. We wanted neighbors, not graves. So we taught a lesson, sharp, quick, forgotten by most, but not by us. The Chronicle moved again. New sections opened, darker ones. Year 3400 to 3600, she said. The long silence. We turned inward, built deeper bases, made better weapons, trained harder, not because we feared you, because we feared what came after you. Things from deeper space, things like the swarm. She paused. Let the words sink in. We lost our homeworld once, she said, long before your fleets ever flew. A plague came. Not machines, living. It ate our cities, turned our seas black. We fought in the ruins, with fire, with poison, with our hands. We won, barely. Half our people died. The other half learned never to forget. Never to trust open space. Never to believe anyone who says they come in peace. Gorvtan spoke low. You speak like old soldiers. We are old soldiers, Alara said. Our stories are full of graves. We carry them. Always. The light shifted. A new layer appeared on the screens. Red lines. Warnings. These are swarm patterns we saw before, she explained. Not your swarm. Another one. Different name. Same hunger. It spread the same way. Fast, silent at first, then loud. We stopped it at our outer moons, used traps, fake signals, bait worlds. We froze whole sections of space with cold bombs. We burned others with solar mirrors. We killed it. But it cost us. Entire fleets, entire generations. Zorak Vel leaned forward. And now you think our swarm is the same? Not the same, Alara said. But close. Too close. It learns like we do. It adapts. It never stops. You fight with big ships and big guns. Not against this. This needs small moves. Clever moves. Moves you call weak. Moves we call survival. She stood up, walked to the center of the room. The Chronicle followed her. Words floated around her like ghosts. Look at this room, she said. You sit here. You plan. You doubt us because we are few. Because our ships are not as large. Because our history looks short on your maps. But we have been fighting shadows longer than your stars have burned. We remember every mistake the galaxy made near us. Every time someone thought we were nothing. She turned to face them all. The swarm will come here, she said. It will break your lines. It will eat your worlds, unless you stop doubting, unless you listen. We do not ask for your ships. We do not ask for your weapons. We ask for one thing only. She held up one finger. Stop thinking our past is small. Longer this time. Then, Sierra Lan uncurled slowly. What would you do, she asked, if you led this war? Ilara looked up at the glowing Chronicle. I would use everything, she said. Your size, our memory, your firepower, our tricks. We know how to make the swarm pay for every system it takes. We know how to turn its hunger against it. We know how to make it afraid. Gorftan stood. His armor scraped loud. You speak of fear, he said. Do you fear the swarm? Ilara met his gaze. We fear nothing that bleeds, she said, or rusts, or dies. We have buried bigger monsters. Zorak Vel rose last. All 6 arms spread wide. Then show us, he said. Show us how you fight. Show us the rest of this Chronicle. Show us why we should trust the small world that remembers everything. Ilara returned to her chair. She touched the slate once more. The screens brightened again. Battles no one else knew. Losses no one else mourned. Victories no one else celebrated. The war room watched. And for the first time, they did not doubt her past. The blue light from the data slate had turned the entire war room into a sea of glowing words. Every wall, every screen, even parts of the crystal table showed lines of text. They moved slowly now, like a river that had nowhere else to go. The Chronicle filled the space completely. It pressed against the dome above them. Stars outside looked small compared to the weight of human memory. Ilara Voss sat quietly. She did not touch the slate anymore. It worked on its own. New entries appeared from hidden relays across the galaxy. Old battles, forgotten losses, small wins no one else remembered. The aliens watched in silence. No one moved, no one coughed, no one whispered. Zorak Vel broke the quiet first. His voice sounded different, not loud, not proud, almost careful. "This Chronicle," he said, "it grows still. Why?" Ilara looked up at him. "Because we never stopped adding to it," she answered. "Every day, every contact, every time a ship from any species comes near our space, even now, we record it. Not to brag, to learn, to teach our children, to make sure no one forgets what happens when the galaxy thinks we are weak." She stood slowly, walked to the center again. The words followed her. They floated around her like quiet friends. "Look at this part," she said. She pointed to a red section high on the dome. "The silent extinction. Year 3800 to 4100. Not your war. Ours. A species called the Draugr came from the core. They did not fight with ships. They spread like mold, took mines, turned people against their own. We lost colonies, whole worlds went dark. We fought back with firewalls, with radio poisons, with things that hurt minds too. We ended them, but we paid. Our population dropped by half. We rebuilt, slower, harder, meaner." Cirilan uncurled a little. "You speak of ending species," she said softly, "like it was easy." "It was not easy," Ilara replied. "It was necessary. We learned then that mercy can kill more than hate sometimes. We kept that lesson, deep inside." Gorvtan stood up. His armor made a heavy sound. "And the core ward marches," he asked. "I see that name here. Year 4200. What happened?" Ilara nodded. "The long night," she said. "Another darkness. Machines this time. Not like the swarm. Older. Colder. They came from a dead star. They wanted metal. All metal. They melted moons for it. We met them at our edge. We used tricks. Fake fleets made of scrap. Signals that screamed fear to draw them in. Then we dropped ice comets on their factories. Froze their cores. They stopped. We lost 3 generations of ships. But we won. The marches stayed ours." The young Viren analyst spoke again. His voice was small. "How many times have you almost lost everything?" Ilara looked at him. "Too many," she said. "We stopped counting. We just kept going. That is what humans do. We bleed. We get up. We sharpen the knife. We wait for the next dark thing. And when it comes, we meet it." She turned to the whole room. "This Chronicle is not a weapon," she said. "It is a mirror. It shows you who stands next to you. Not children, not newcomers, old fighters, tired fighters, fighters who know the taste of ash and the sound of empty worlds, fighters who learned long ago that the only way to survive forever is to make sure the enemy does not." Zorak Val rose too. All 6 arms hung loose. "What do you want from us?" he asked. Ilara met his eyes, all of them. "Nothing," she said. "We do not want your ships. We do not want your worlds. We do not want your command. We want only one thing." She held up her hand. Open, empty. "Stop doubting," she said. "Stop calling our past small. Stop thinking we need your help to stand. We stood alone for 10,000 years. We can stand longer. But the swarm will not stop at our border. It will come for you too. And when it does, You will need friends who remember how to kill endless things. She looked around slowly. We have fought gods with sticks, she said. We have stared at black skies and told them no. We have buried our dead on 1,000 battlefields and planted flags made of hope. We do not quit. We do not break. We bend. We learn. We win ugly, but we win. The Chronicle pulsed once, bright, then softer, like a heartbeat slowing. Gorvtan spoke next. If we fight together, he said, what changes? Everything, Ilara answered. Your size, our memory, your weapons, our patience. We know how to make the swarm chase ghosts. We know how to turn its own speed against it. We know how to starve it, freeze it, burn it, make it pay so much that even machines feel pain. Cirilan lifted her head high. And if we refuse, she asked. Ilara gave a small smile. Not kind, not cruel, just true. Then we fight alone again, she said. Like always. We hold our line. We bleed. We survive. And one day, when your stars go dark, we will remember your names. We will add them to the Chronicle. Quietly. Sadly. And we will keep going. Silence came back. Heavy. Full. Zorak Vel stepped forward. He placed one hand on the table, near the slate. We have been blind, he said. We saw short lives, small ships, weak voices. We did not see the shadow behind them, the long shadow. He looked at Ilara. We will listen now, he said. We will learn. We will fight beside you, not above, beside. One by one, the others nodded. Cirilan, Gorvtan, the quiet observers, even the young analyst. Ilara closed the slate. A light dimmed. The words stayed on the walls, frozen, a promise carved in light. She walked toward the door. Slow steps. No hurry. Turned back. The swarm thinks it is endless, she said. It thinks no one can stop it. It is wrong. Because we have stopped endless things before. And we will do it again. With you or without you. She looked at them all. But with you, she added, it will end faster. She stepped out. The door closed behind her with a soft hiss. Inside the war room, no one spoke for a long time. The Chronicle glowed on every surface, steady, unmoving, full. Outside, the stars turned slowly. Somewhere far away, the swarm kept coming. But now the galaxy knew something new. Humanity had never been small, it had only been waiting. And when the time came, it would end things.